Hi everybody, hope all of you are well, and today I will continue the chapter structure of atom, and today I will start from quantum numbers. Quantum numbers are the index numbers which are used to specify the position, energy of an electron in an atom. The word quantum is used to signify that all the energy levels which are available to an electron are governed by the laws of quantum mechanics, and the energy of electrons are quantized, that means energy is fixed. There are 4 quantum numbers we know. Each of these can have only specific values which are interrelated. The values assigned to these numbers determine the specific energies that an electron can have. Each quantum number refers to a particular character of the electron. In order to specify completely the position and energy of an electron in an atom, it is necessary to state the values of each of the 4 quantum numbers. Okay, so to specify an electron, 4 quantum numbers are required. Okay, or to locate an electron, 4 quantum numbers are required. So quantum numbers are complete address of the electrons. So first we will discuss the first quantum number, that is called principal quantum numbers. Principal quantum numbers is generally denoted by n, and it indicates the size and energy of the orbital, okay, or energy cell. This quantum number is designated by n and gives the number of the major energy level, cell or orbit, to which the electron belongs. It can have positive whole number values. It cannot be 0, that means excluding 0. So value of n will be 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 to dot 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 up to infinity it is possible. Okay, so these n can have infinite value, and it has been called as principal quantum number. Whenever we are thinking that n is equal to 1, that is k cell, n is equal to 2, that is l cell, and 3 m cell, in this way we are considering. So the value of n represents the cell which designated by capital letter k element. Okay, so whenever n is equal to 1, it is k cell, n is equal to 2, it is l, 3 m, 4 n, in this way it will go k l m n o p, like this. The principal quantum number also helps to determine the average distance of the electron from the nucleus, and in terms of quantum mechanics it gives the effective volume of the electron cloud. In case of hydrogen atom, the approximate distance from the nucleus is given by Rn. We know that Rn is equal to n square h square divided by 4 pi m square. Okay, that we already know, and lower value of n represents that electron is nearest, okay, or nearer to the nucleus. That n represents the size of the electron, okay, of the orbit. So higher the value of n, okay, the larger will be the size of the electron orbit of an atom, okay, or an atom. Now this n also determines the energy of the electron in an orbit. For hydrogen like particles, it is given by the formula. We know that energy formula is generally denoted by En, that is 2 pi square m e to the power 4 z square, okay, divided by n square h square, where z is the atomic number, m is the mass of electron, e is the charge of electron, okay, and h is called Planck constant, okay, and n to we know that is the principal quantum number. Now if we put the value of this m, e, z, okay, h, then we will get En is equal to, En is equal to, here should be one minus sign should be there, minus sign, and minus 1312 divided by n square kilojoule per mole. So the above relation shows, this relation shows that the largest negative value of the energy, that is minus 1312 kilojoule per mole, okay, is obtained when n is equal to 1. Thus n is equal to 1 gives the lowest energy state of an electron in hydrogen atom. This state is called ground state or stationary state of an electron in an atom. All states within the n values greater than 1 are called excited state. When energy, okay, called excitation energy, which is equal to the energy difference between the two states, okay, to the energy difference between the two states, and is provided, then it is called excitation energy. And where n becomes maybe infinity, maybe becomes infinity, and that time energy will become 0. Now n values can also be used to calculate the maximum number of electron that a cell can hold. Maximum number of electrons in an orbit with principal quantum number n can have 2n square electrons. When the principal quantum number is n, so a cell contains maximum number of 2n square electron. So maximum number of electron will be 2n square. Here if we take example, then we can understand maximum number of electron in K cell. We consider the K cell, so it will be 2 into 1 square, that will be 2. In case of L cell, that will be 2 into 2 square, that will be 8. In this way, if we think about the M cell, that will be 2 into 3 square, that will be 18, okay. And in case of N cell, where n is equal to 4, that will be 2 into 4 square, that will be equal to 32. So this is all about the principal quantum number. Next we will discuss the another quantum number, that is called azimuthal quantum number. Azimuthal quantum number, or it is also called subsidiary or angular quantum number. It is generally represented by small l, okay. When hydrogen spectrum was observed by means of a high resolution spectroscope, the individual lines, that is spectral lines, were found to consist of a group of closely spaced lines. Such spectrum of closely spaced spectral lines is called fine structure, and this fine structure of a spectral lines, okay, can be explained by assuming that all electrons of a cell do not have the same energy. Definitely there is some energy difference. So each cell composed of a number of subcells which are specified by a secondary quantum number, and it is designated by this azimuthal quantum number L. The value of L depends on the value of n. For a given value of n, L can have values from 0 to n minus 1. So what will be the value of L? 0 to n minus 1. Okay, where n is the value of the principal quantum number. Then we will take one example so that we can easily understand, okay, about these L values. Okay, suppose if we think about n is equal to 1, then what will be the values of L? Okay, values of L will be 0 to n minus 1, that is L value will be 0. Okay, now if we take the K cell, in K cell n is equal to 1, their L value is 0. Okay, therefore K cell consists of only one subcell. Understand? And this L is equal to 0 is represented by one orbital, that is called s orbital. When n is equal to 2, there may be two chances. So 0 to n minus 1. Okay, that means one value will be 0, another value will be 2. So it represents 0 represents s orbital and 1 represents p orbital. When n is equal to 3, L value have L as 0, 1, 2. 0 indicates s orbital, 1 indicates p orbital, these 2 indicates d orbital. When n is equal to 4, then L value will be 0, 1, 2, 3. So it is s orbital, p orbital, d orbital and f orbital. Hope you can understand. Okay, now for the same value of n, the energies of subcells are determined by the value of L for them. A subcell with higher level of L is associated with the higher energy. Thus, S less than P, then D, then F. Okay, so that means for the same value of L, where L is equal to S, L is equal to 0, L is equal to 1, L is equal to 2 and L is equal to 3. Now here one thing you have to remember, that this quantum number determines also the angular momentum of the electron, and it is given by one equation, that is the angular momentum of the electron is given by mdr is equal to nh by twice pi root over L into L plus 1. Okay, this is the angular momentum of the electron. Okay, so from here you can easily understand what L indicates. Next we will discuss that what actually L determines. Okay, actually L determines the shape of an orbital. When we are thinking about L is equal to 0, this is s orbital. Now this s orbital is spherically symmetrical. Okay, and if we draw the structure, then you can understand this is s orbital. So this L also indicating the shape of an orbital. When L is equal to 1, it is indicating p orbital. P orbital is dumbbell's effect. Okay, so it is indicating the shape. Whenever we are writing that L is equal to 2, it is d orbital. D orbital is double dumbbell's effect. When L is equal to 3, it is f orbital. F orbital may be triple dumbbell or more complex shape is there. So L indicates the shape of the orbital. Different values of L represent different subcells which are designated by small letters SPDF. Now we know that when L is equal to 0, it is S. Now from where this S come? P or DF, D. So actually in the spectrum of the this letter, that is SPDF, finds origin in the atomic spectrum of the alkali metals. In this spectrum, 4 series of lines were observed, and that was termed as sharp, principal, diffuse and fundamental. So S is coming from the sharp, P is coming from this principal, and D is coming from the diffuse, and P is coming from the F is coming from the fundamental. Okay, to specify a subcell within given cell, we write the value of n for the cell followed by the letter designation of the subcell. Okay, so now you can understand what will be the shape of the orbital, that we will discuss, or this pictorial diagram of orbital discuss later after this quantum number also. Achha, next we want to make a table so that you can understand, that is when n is equal to 1, what is the value of L? L value will be 0. Okay, now what will be the subcell designation? That subcell will be here, that is 1s. Okay, now what is the number of subcell in a cell? So number of subcell will be 1. Okay, now when n is equal to 2, what will be the value of L? 0. And another chance is there, that is 1, 2 values will be there, 0 and 1, and this 0 indicating that the subcell 2s and 1 indicate that subcell 2p. Now in case of 2s, what will be the total number? 2s and 2p, what will be the total number of subcell? That will be 2. When n is equal to 3, this 0, 1 and 2, it is 3s, 3p and 3d orbital. So here it will be total number of subcell will be here 3. When we are writing 4, that is 0, 1, 2, 3, that means 4s, 4p, 4d, 4f. So total number of subcell will be 4 here. If we consider n is equal to 5, then when L is equal to 0, that will be 5s. When L is equal to 1, that will be 5p, then 2, 5d, then 3, 5f, and 4. We have to introduce another orbital, that is fg. Okay, that is not required. Actually, you have 118 elements. Okay, up to 8 is sufficient. Okay, but if you consider the higher energy level, when there is excitation of electron, then we have to consider this g orbital. So here total number of subcell will be 5. So L values also enable us to calculate the total number of electrons in a given subcell. If we want to calculate the total number of electrons, we also use this subcell, that is in s orbital how many electrons will be there, in p orbital how many electrons will be there. So the total number of electrons in a given subcell, okay, we can easily calculate, and the total number of electron in a given subcell is generally calculated by this way that I am showing to you. Suppose the value of L is equal to 0, then it is s orbital. Okay, that subcell is s. So how many electrons will be there? 2 electrons. Why 2 electrons? We will discuss later. Okay. Actually, when we are considering the number of electrons, that will be total number of electrons will be 2 into 12 plus 1. So when L is equal to 0, okay, what will be the total number of electron? So total number of electron will be 2. But when L is equal to 1, that is P, so we are putting value L is equal to 1. So 2 plus 1, 3 into 2, that means 6. When L is equal to 2, d orbital, if we put the value here 2, that will be 2 into 2, 4 plus 1, 5 plus 2, that means 10. If we put 3 here, L is equal to 3, then this F orbital. If we put L is equal to 3 here, that will be 3 into 2, 6 plus 1, 7, that is 14 electrons. That we also so in the last, okay, after discussing the spin quantum number. Now we have to know the third quantum number, that is called magnetic quantum number. It is generally denoted by small m. Third, magnetic quantum number, it is denoted by small m. Okay, it has been observed that a moving electron in a subcell is associated with a magnetic field. Okay, when an atom is placed an external magnetic field, the orbitals of same kind like px, py, pz orbitals are no longer identical in energy because some of them are parallel to the magnetic field while others are not parallel. Okay, so as a result, electrons get excited from of this orbital, okay, to the other level. Okay, that gives the additional super fine lines. That means when we will observe these fine lines into the high resolution microscope, okay, under the magnetic field, we will get some that fine lines will be splitted into super fine lines. Okay, so this phenomenon is called Zeeman effect. Okay, under the magnetic field. In order to correlate the energy changes of magnetic quantum number, that means M, was introduced. So under the influence of external magnetic field, electrons in a subcell adjust themselves in a different orientation. The orientations are called orbitals. Actually, I have given one definition of orbital. It is a three-dimensional space or region. Okay, and that region we are indicating, that is called orbital. Thus, each subcell is composed of orbitals, and each orbital is designated by the different values of A. Okay, so next we will discuss the values of M. Actually, the values of M will be minus L to 0 to plus L. So, what will be the value of M? Minus L to 0 to plus L. Okay. Now we can give one example so that you can easily understand. And maximum number of values of M will be 12 plus 1. So M value maximum will be 12 plus 1. Now, if we think that when L is equal to 0, that means it is S subcell. Now here what will be the value of M? M will be only 0 because it is L is equal to 0, so minus L to 0 to plus L, that means only 0. Okay, so definitely there will be only one value. Okay, only one orbital it is indicating. Next, when L is equal to 1, then it is definitely P subcell. Now what will be the value of M? M will be 3 value because minus L means minus 1, 0 and plus 1. 3 values will be there. That is why there will be 3 values for 3 orbitals for P subcell. Okay, and M value will be 3. Whenever we are considering L is equal to 2, that is the D subcell. Here M is equal to minus 2, minus 1, 0, plus 1, plus 2. So 5 values are there. When L is equal to 3, that means H subcell. Here M value will be minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3. So there are 7 values of M. Okay. Now M values for a given value of L are used to calculate the number of orbitals in a subcell. For a given value of L, the number of M values is equal to the number of orbitals in a subcell. In terms of L values, the number of orbital of a subcell is equal to 12 plus 1. When n is equal to 1, okay, then L value will be 0, okay, and M value will be also equal to 0. Understand? So only one value of M is permitted, hence it is indicating that S orbital, it will be 1s, and subcell is composed only of one orbital. When we are considering n is equal to 2, then L value will be 0 and 1. So therefore L 1, when we are considering M3 value will be there, minus 1, 0, plus 1. So therefore L is equal to 1 is equal to P subcell, and there are 3 permitted values of M, and hence P subcell is composed of 3 orbitals known as Px, Py, Pz. Px is aligned around x-axis, that is the dumbbell shaped orbital, and Py is along y-axis and Pz along z-axis. But whenever we are considering n is equal to 3, their L value may be 0, 1, 2. So when we are considering L is equal to 2, that will be D subcell, there will be 5 m values, and D subcell is composed of, or D orbital is consist of 5 orbitals. Okay, there will be 5 orbitals or different orbitals. Okay, the similar way, when n is equal to 4, then L value will be 0, 1, 2, 3. So when we are considering L is equal to 3, so m value will be 7. So f orbital is composed of 7 orbitals. That you have to understand. Next we will discuss the maximum number of orbital in a cell. That is will be n square. Maximum number of orbital in a cell. Maximum number of orbitals in a cell, that will be 2n square. Okay, sorry, 2n square, no? That is the electron, only n square. Maximum number of orbital in n square, and maximum number of electron will be 2n square. So if we consider first cell, that means n is equal to 1, then it will be 1 square, that will be 1. So n is equal to 1, only one orbital is possible, that is 1s. But when n is equal to 2, that will be 2 square, that means 4 orbital is possible, that is 1 is 2s, another is 2p x, 2p y, and 2p z. So in this way we can easily calculate. Whenever we are putting n is equal to 3, that means 3 square, total number of orbital, that will be 9. That means in this case, that is 3s, 3p x, 3p y, 3p z, and there will be d orbital, 5 d orbitals. So 5 plus 3, 8 plus 1, okay, that means 9 orbitals. Okay, so in this way we can easily calculate. So wave mechanical treatment requires no more than 3 quantum numbers. So from the Schrodinger wave equation solution, we are getting only these 3 quantum numbers n, l, and m. And the existence of the multiple structure lead to the introduction of a spin quantum number, that is called s. And next we will discuss the spin quantum number. Four, spin quantum numbers. It is generally denoted by small s. Okay. In the year of 1921, the German physicist Otto Stern and Walter, okay, passed a beam of neutral silver atoms obtained from the vaporization of silver between the poles of a specially designed magnet, and the beam was found to split into 2 separate beams. That is, the half of the atoms were deflected in one direction and the rest in the opposite direction. This means that the silver atoms are acting like magnets pointing in one direction and the other half in the opposite direction. To explain the magnetic behavior, it was assumed that an electron spins around its own axis like a top, and this spin creates a small magnetic moment, and thus an electron acts as a like tiny magnet. An electron can spin either in clockwise direction or anti-clockwise direction, and S can have 2 possible values. This S may be clockwise or may be anti-clockwise spin, and it may have possible 2 values. One will be plus up and another will be minus up. And which one is we cannot tell, that clockwise plus up or anti-clockwise plus up, that we cannot tell. Okay. These values depends upon the direction of the spin. As a rule, when two electrons are present in an orbital, these spins are opposite. Okay, two electrons having opposite spins should attract each other like the two opposite direction of magnets. Okay, however, this is not found to be true because the repulsion due to the similar charges are very much greater than the magnetic attraction. When two electrons are forced to be together as in a completely filled subshell of an atom, then what will happen? Definitely then there will be repulsion. Okay, and each electron will pair up with another electron with opposite spins. Such an electron pair in non-magnetic. Okay, this pair is non-magnetic. Why? Because one spin is cancelled by other. So this is the condition. If one is plus up, another is minus up. So one spin moment is cancelling the spin moment of the other. So electron, due to its spin around its own axis, has an intrinsic angular momentum called spin angular momentum. Like orbital angular momentum of an electron, spin angular momentum is also quantized, and here its value is equal to root over s into s plus 1 into h by twice pi. Okay. Now, what will be the value of s? If we put the value, it will be half into half plus 1 into h by twice pi. If we calculate, then we will get root over 3 by 4 pi into h. Okay. So thus finally we can say that these quantum numbers describe the position of electron in an atom to give the complete address of an electron. Now we will draw one diagram so that whole idea of this quantum number of U will be clear. So to represent one electron, we need 4 quantum numbers. Suppose we are considering n is equal to 4. Okay, this cell we are considering, that is n cell. So in case of n cell, we will know that what are the values of L. That will be 0 to n minus 1. So 4 L values is possible here. One is 0, another is, these are the L values. Okay, L values. One is 0, another is 1, another is 2, and another will be 3. So 4 azimuthal quantum number is possible. Understand? Now what will be the magnetic quantum number, M value? So for this 0, M value will be only 0, and here M value will be 3. One is minus 1, 0, another will be plus 1. And for this L value of 2, there will be 5. There will be 5 magnetic number, okay? Magnetic quantum number. Minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2. And for this 3, there will be 7. There will be 7 magnetic numbers, magnetic quantum number. That will be minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3. Now these represent what? S orbital, that will be 4s, and these are p orbitals, these are 5 d orbitals, and these are 7 f orbitals. Now if we consider the spin, so these 4 orbitals have 2 spin. One will be plus half, another will be minus half. So total number of electron will be 2. Here 3 p orbital is there, so one will be plus half, another will be minus half. Here also plus half, another will be minus half. Here also one is plus half, another will be minus half. So in this way total number of electron will be 6. If we consider d, so each magnetic quantum number will have plus half or minus half. So total 5 is there. So total number of electron will be 10. and here in F total number of electron will be 14 as there is 7 F orbitals. Okay. So in this way, what will be the total number of electron here? If we add it, then we will get the value 32. Okay. So maximum number of electrons, okay, in the main energy level, that will be 2n square, that will be 32 in case of n cell. So in this way we can easily understand the number of cell and its subcell, there is the number of orbitals and magnetic azimuthal quantum number, magnetic quantum number, spin quantum number, and the total number of electrons, okay, present in a particular cell. Okay, there is a maximum number of electrons. Okay, hope you can understand. Till if you have question, then there will be live classes. Okay, from I think Thursday. There also you can ask. So today up to this. Thank you.